Hello everyone, welcome today to another video on my channel. I am the half-blind Metalhead. Today I'm doing something completely different. Because I'm doing reacting to channels, reacting to music that's going to be at Download Festival. I thought it'd be quite cool to add a tips and tricks for Download 2026. I have This is my ninth download this year, so I like to think I've got some good ideas. Some of them ideas you might think is a bit silly, but take this with a pinch of salt. This is just my personal opinion, what I do when I'm at download to make it a lot easier. It's just a little bit of information, really, in case anyone wants to know, because I know there's always a question, what should I do at download? How should I approach it? So I thought, let's make a YouTube video explaining everything, which I do personally, which I found to be very helpful going forward. A little about me, I will be in Access Camp this year, like for like a third year running. I am a keratoconus survivor, so to speak. I have a corneal transplant of my eyes. I have a lot of eye issues. I can't wear glasses. I wear specialized lenses, which does let me see, but I can only wear them for a say 60% of a day. So after that, I am blind. So I'm in Access again. But these tricks apply for both Access, General, even some for the arena. So I hope you enjoy this video. Sorry, I hope you like my little background. I thought it'd be pretty cool to do something of a download waiting room, because this is what it is. This is like a download waiting room talking about download before. But let's get into the tricks. So the first one I've put is pack lightly. Don't take stuff you don't need, and also the stuff which like chairs, airbed, all that sort of stuff. I always buy from Fat Frank's, and I always pre-order this. I buy a pillow from Fat Frank's, two pillows to sleep at night. I take my sleeping bag, but the general idea behind this one is not to overburden yourself with too much walking. Access is not too bad, but when I used to walk from my car to camp, it is a long walk and it does take a toll on you. So for that reason, I pack as light as I can. I take a minimal and what stuff I can buy there, like camp chairs, air beds, all this, a pillow, stuff like that. I always get it from Fat Frank's and I always pre-order it, and it makes it so much quicker. And that's my first little chicken trick. What was it? Tips and tricks. Second one is plan accordingly. Plan which car park you want to go into. Like for example, if I was going into Black Camp, I always go into the West car park, I believe. I used to always get there in a good time, and I always used to plan accordingly with my friends before this. I'll be at the services this time. Obviously, if you want to get close, this probably was the closest to a camp. You don't want to give yourself all that walking on that first day, even though you are recovered after it. You do sort of like, I always try and give myself an edge sort of thing. Access again is not too bad. Even then, I still I plan to get there, for example, this year 9:30, because last year we was able to get in a lot earlier, and with this I'm able to get a really good spot, miss the queues, because obviously there's a big queue for people waiting to get their wristbands. And I just found this tip and trick to be really valuable for myself personally. But you don't have to do that, it's up to you. It depends what time you can get there. My third one is food and drink. Don't overburden yourself with extra weight. This is like going with the first one. I always use the co-op for my food. Like I buy snacks, I buy everything I need really from the co-op. Say for example, I buy loads of water. There is a trick about water in this one. I always plan to sort of like, I don't take no food at all. I always get it there because the co-op is reasonably priced, and personally, you don't alcohol you can always get there unless you want to drink a specific bit of alcohol. I always say do this because it's so much easier than lugging it all from your car. Because once you go there, you can always make a little shopping trip to sort of like get yourself a couple of days worth of food. I'm a person that always wake up in the morning, go to the co-op, get myself a meal deal, just to get myself going, save myself a bit of money. And the fourth one, eat one big meal a day to save on money. Obviously, I get a meal deal for breakfast in the morning. You get snacks throughout the day. But my plan is I get like a couple of trusted few vendors. I don't know about everyone in the past. There's always been issue with food vendors, but to save my cost, I always have one really good meal today for a day. Then after that, I'll have like the meal deal in the morning. I'll have like a croissant or something like that. I have something quite reasonable in the morning, and I'll just go for like a big dinner, and I try and get the best price. That's just personal me. I just like to not do downloads so expensive. Some days I will have two meals, but most of the time I'll have one big meal a day because I always found that to be very handy. But that's just me personally. Let's go for the next one. Shower every day. That's a personal one for me because of my eyes. I have to keep my eyes very clean. I have to keep myself very clean. But if not, I always say take baby wipes. Always get that sort of thing where you clean yourself, clean your body every day. You're there for 5 days. You want to keep yourself quite hygienic. That's just me personally. But I always, when I was always in general, I always have shower pass and I always have everything like that. And it's always handy to have. I personally like this, but that's it's not for everyone. Everyone likes doing the full download experience. They say where they just baby wipe, clean themselves. Don't even do that sometimes. But this is a personal one for me. But I found it to be very handy in the past to keep myself because I've got bad eyes. For anyone who's got eye issues, this is like a really good one. Drink plenty of water throughout of it, and I say this is a big one. As I say, download past few years has been extremely hot. Even when it isn't hot, keep yourself well hydrated because you don't want yourself seizing up. You don't want to get cramp. I get cramp. I'm a bigger guy, but I found this to be very helpful, even especially in the heat. Keeping yourself well hydrated. It's a small one, but it might be my age showing now, but I always found this really handy. Keeping yourself well hydrated throughout the day. It's a good one really. That's just a personal one as well. Another one, take sunscreen, sunblock, after sun, raincoat, ponchos, umbrella, wellies in case of rain. I said this is just a standard one for me. Some of these, like the wellies and an umbrella and ponchos and raincoat, I can keep in the car. You may not necessarily need this. Sunblock is always in my bag just in case. I always take an A4 size bag into the arena with like a little for like my little goods in sort of thing. So I take sunblock, I take water, I take poncho just in case sometimes. This is just like a small one. I take a power bank. Is this my day bag? I call it. It's a silly one. This is probably my age showing again, but I've always found this to be very handy when I was at Download Festival. Take enough clothes for 5 days. Personally, I always take a little bit more in case it is raining. You don't want to be left with dirty clothes. You don't want to be left with wet clothes. I always use this just to have like a backup plan. It's just my age may be showing for this, but I always have a backup. You can even leave it in the car. It's just one of those sort of like backup in case I need extra clothes. Because you can get sweaty, you can sweat through your clothes. I don't like sweaty clothes myself. And also, there's a strong thing against obviously aerosols and that lot in taken into Download Festival. I always found this really handy in the past. Budget yourself, limit yourself each day. This is like a personal one because of tight finances. I budget myself, say, £50 a day. I do obviously take a bit more, but I always budget myself, say, like, okay, I've got this for each day. If you want to do it a bit more, I always just say £100 a day. Some people do. It's just one of those things you can have beers, drinks. I always plan this early, just myself. I think I thought of this already. I said, okay, I'm going to take £400. It's there ready. I plan accordingly, sort of thing. I just make sure I think about it now, and I plan for a budget, sort of thing, because you can start saving it early, so you make sure you got a good download. It's a small trick, but I think it's quite good. Me personally, this is tip 10, which I've got. Take enough power banks. I said I've never, when everyone's come for the first time, I've taken many people for first time to download, and they never bring enough power banks. Personally, I take about 6 or 7. I take ones that's got like 100% like charge in it, and I've got like big ones that does a lot more. I always take extras because I always find people who are going for the first time don't plan this, so I plan for them. But I always say make sure you've got adequate amount of charge on your phone. all the time, because in case you need to get in contact with anyone, I think phone is quite vital to get hold of friends, family, anything. You know what I mean? It's just one of those natural things now. This is the 11th one. Take a chair into the arena. This is a personal one. I always take a chair into the arena to sit down. Obviously, I we have with that we have like a. I always stay on, like, for example, Friday I'm staying main stage, so I'll have a personal spot where some of us don't go into like the pits or all go close, but we have like a sort of like a spot, like a rendezvous point where everyone knows where we are. We can even use an app on the phone. I think it's Words for something. It's called like that, where you can obviously track people's locations. I've always found this quite handy because signal in the arena is never very good. I always think this is very handy because we get to know where everyone is. For because everyone wants to go see different bands, we always say, okay, after that we're going to meet in the exact place always. Because I always go with a group of people. I've always found this to be a very sort of like really good tip for keeping keeping with your friends. This is another silly one, which I think is very good. Getting a gazebo for your camp. It's just, it may sound a bit silly, but every single year I've gone to download, I've always brought a gazebo, and I must admit, it's been the best thing we've ever done. We normally get between 2 and 4 gazebos, depending on how many people's in the group, and we use this to stay out the sun. We use this to sort of like protect ourselves from the rain, just to have that nice group together. I've always found this to be a very good one, and they don't cost too much, and you can always chip in with your friends. But in camp, this has been proven valuable for many years. Like, I brought myself a blow up show for last year, and it was lovely under the sofa in the shade. It was the best thing I've ever done. And well, I do it all the time, but I think it's a very good trick and tip. This is my 13th one. Wear appropriate footwear. It's a bit of a silly one, but this is personally for me. I always wear smart footwear. Just say if you're on your feet, for example, arena all day, it's good to look good, but sometimes it's good to be practical. You're on your feet for like 5 days straight, sometimes 3 days straight in the arena. It's always a small one, but this is, I think it's a great little one. I always have. I don't. I go for comfort over looks sometimes, but this is probably my age showing again. But I've always found this to be valuable as well. Small one, and another small one. I always take a first aid box, like, for example, antihistamines, plasters, all that sort of small stuff. I've had years where I've actually got bitten, and I've actually got a really bad infection. I've had to leave download early because I didn't do this one once, and I got bitten by a tick where my foot went completely bad, and I always take like a small medication things for my eyes. This is like a personal one now, which I just do, just small little things like plasters, antihistamines, headache things like ibuprofen, all these sort of headache things. It's very handy, and it takes up such small room, and you can always take like plasters in case you get blisters. It's just a small one. It doesn't have to be a lot of things. It doesn't have to be like the whole first aid kit. But I found this quite handy in the past. This is for 15 once as a personal one. I always say the toilet pass is underrated because for girls, for example, you can always go into there, do your hair, have a nice little clean. Guys, you can do the same. You can always brush your teeth in there, and it's always cleaner toilets as well. It's always a lot more hygienic. I've always found this to be amazing, but this is another personal one for me. I've always found it to be essential, even in the main one and even in access. They got generally got cleaner ones themselves. And also, if you are using the portaloos, the bad ones, always go there in the morning. Overnight, they're generally clean, and it's the same as going for a shower. If you want to go toilet shower, try and plan for go for the morning, because that's when it's least busiest, and it's the best time to go. I always get in there early, and it's just a lot more cleaner, a lot more hygienic. Because we all know what it's like at Download Festival, or even at a festival, or even a Portaloo in general. They can get a bit messy, and this is just a personal one for me. And we have got 2 more tips left. Plan which bands you want to watch in beforehand. I always schedule which bands I want to see, and obviously I found bands in the past where I think some people always have like a break between bands. Some people go for drinks, some people relax. Personally, I always take a chance to see a new band, and I've seen some great new bands because of this. I think one of the best ones I've ever seen was Avatar one year, and I think that was the best band I've ever seen. Like, really one that surprised me. There's been a few of them that's really surprised me where I've got nothing to sort of like wait for, and I always look at the poster and say, who can I see in this time? When they bring up the time, I always say, who can I see in this time? And I plan around it. And yeah, I've seen some amazing bands with this. I would say, don't waste it. You spent so much money on download. Don't waste all that money. As I say, enjoy it. If you don't want to, it's fair enough. But I always do this personally because I pay the money. I want to see bands. And the final one, take care of yourself. Take it easy. Enjoy yourself. Don't overdo it. Obviously, there is people doing what's well. Be careful. Take care of yourself, sort of thing. It's a small one, probably my age is showing, but you're there to have a good time. And obviously, things do happen. Don't overdo it. Take it easy. Don't Not saying not go mental, but just take care of yourself, sort of thing. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you'd like to give me a like and follow, it's greatly appreciated. I might try and do more of this with what bands I want to see, and which what maybe doing like a rating maybe in the future. At the moment, I am reacting to these bands that's going to download at the moment for like a metal reaction. So it's greatly appreciated. I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers. I'm trying to make something on this. This is like for like my mental health. I'm trying to sort of like a little something, trying to give back. I enjoy doing this sort of thing as well. I must admit, I had great fun putting this together. Let's take this away. This little poster itself, I created this on ChatGPT. I think it's the most coolest thing I've ever done. And it's like, I think this at the moment, between now and download, is always a little bit of the waiting room, really. So we're waiting room, we'll chat about download. And also in the comments, tell me which band you are looking forward to seeing most at download 2026. Anyway, peace out, everyone. Much love. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.